Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. Dawn McGee, your nutrition evangelist here. I put the fun back into being healthy. I teach women how to eat so they feed their body, their brain, and their soul, most importantly. Are you ready for a good little rant this morning? It is January, and if your inbox is like mine and your Facebook feed is like mine, you are being inundated with all of these new year, new you, diet this, diet that, blah, 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 right? And it happens every year. The question is, what should you do? Maybe you didn't pay enough attention to your body over the holiday season, or maybe over last year, or maybe it's been a few years since you really gave your body the love that she deserves. And you're thinking, all right, well, it's New Year's, it's time to go find a diet and get back on the wagon, so to speak. Don't do that. Don't go find another diet. And here's why. Because there are three things that you want to look at anytime you start to make changes to your lifestyle habits. Number one, is it based in science? And I'm sure a lot of these diets do have foundations in science. So, you can eliminate a bunch and you can keep a bunch, right? Number two, is it something you can do for the rest of your life? And if it doesn't pass that test, then I would say just pass. Let's look at something instead that you can do for the rest of your life. Never have to worry about another diet again. And most importantly, number three is, would you let your kids do it? I know that I'm always telling my kiddos, sit down, have breakfast, make sure you're eating, feed that brain, you need that for school. I would never tell him to skip breakfast. So I don't know why people think it's okay to jump on the intermittent fasting bandwagon, which is really just another way of saying, hey, I'm going to skip eating breakfast and maybe lunch too. Yuck. I also wouldn't tell him to cut out an entire food group, which is a lot of what people who jump on the keto bandwagon are doing. They're saying, oh, I can't have bread. Well, you know what? We don't live our whole lives eating bread, but it's all about balance, right? So what should you do instead? Well, I've got a group. It's called Jump Into January. What are we doing? We are paying attention to our bodies. We're taking out some of the inflammatory stuff that has set our system into a tizzy, and we are replacing with good habits that sustain us, that will feed our body, our brains, and our soul. Lots of good variety, lots of yummy food, and we're going to do this together as a group. So if you are interested in not another diet, but instead learning some good, sustainable lifestyle habits, drop a jump into the comments below and I will invite you to jump into January. Whether you join me or not, I hope that you do not jump on the bandwagon of any fad diets, because what you really want is to sustain yourself for a lifetime, teach yourself good habits, take care of that body, take care of that brain, feed that soul, and stop looking for another diet so you can do all of the other things in life that you want to do. Until next week, as always, what I hope for you is that you live a life you love without being hungry, feeling deprived, or giving up your glass of wine with dinner. Until then, ciao.